Hi, it is Wednesday already. Let's get started. Today I'm going to be doing letters. I've been doing cases for last 3 or 4 weeks, and the letters have been piling up, so we're going to do some letters today, and we'll go back to doing cases next week. First of all, Mercury retrograde is over this Saturday, the 20th. So happy. It's not over till around 8 o'clock at night, so keep an eye on Sunday still, too. The next Zoom is on Monday, the 22nd of February at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The next one will be on March 12th, a Friday, at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And weather permitting and COVID permitting, I will be at the Goddess Elite for a meet and greet with books and all of my paraphernalia on Sunday, March 14th from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. Okie doke. The first is from Frank. I'm sorry, it's Francis. Okay. A young woman we know died and took up residence in our home 7 years ago. I saw her right after the plug was pulled. She had cancer. She was nice at first, and we enjoyed her presence. Her energy changed to vicious and manipulative several years ago. She is doing her best to kill my son, who is now in his early 30s. Health has deteriorated, and he has become withdrawn and housebound. I was pushed to the hardwood floor and broke a hip a couple of years ago. I did not lose my balance. I was pushed. And I think it's hard that she is doing this, and I find it very difficult to believe that she could be so powerful. But how else did I get pushed? I used to see her, but now she prevents it. She is always telling my son horrific things that will happen in his business, our pets, etc., and it comes true. She loves being called doom and gloom. I am in my 70s, and the stress on both of us is beyond belief. Please use the name Francis. I don't want my real names used because the ghost was my best friend's daughter. Well, Francis, this is quite a letter you sent me. First of all, you claim that you guys saw doom and gloom right after her life support was unplugged. That's a possibility. I mean, she had her white light around her when she was dead. She could visit whoever she wants to, and she wouldn't lose her white light until about 48 to 72 hours after her final memorial service. You said she had died of cancer. If she was on life support and she had died of cancer, she must have been sick for a very long time. As a rule of thumb, cancer patients do not stick around. They are so tired, they leave. They don't want to be around. You don't want them to be dead, but you also know they need to be out of their pain. So I'm questioning whether this was her or not. The other thing, if she was a friend of the family, why is she pushing people? Why is she going by the name of doom and gloom? And I'm just wondering if maybe you don't have a spirit in this house that's saying it is her. Because again, I hate to think that somebody you know would actually do this to you and your son. The best thing for you to do is call and leave a message. I am running like 9-10 weeks behind on getting back to calls. You can come on one of the Zooms, and I would be able to tell you at least who's in your house and what she looks like. And that way maybe you would know for sure whether it is your friend or not. The only thing I can suggest, because you definitely are out of state, is start smudging, have the house blessed by an ordained priest or minister. See if that doesn't help. Try to call or try to come on Zoom. I think that would probably be your best answer. Marianne, I saw you. This is from California, and her name is Judy. I saw you years ago on Larry King, and now that he died, it brought it back that there is a question I did want to ask you. When you were on that show, you had just started talking about suicides, and you were cut off by someone else that was on the panel, which aggravated me so bad because my son had committed suicide, and I wanted to know more about that. He committed suicide at 39. He was the last person that I would ever think would consider such a thing. I wish that you could get hold of me or give me information about anything that I can read. There's a lot of books out there about suicides, and so I tell people this with the books, even my books. Anything that I have written works for me. That does not mean it's going to work for you. Everybody has to find what works best for them. Suicides used to not cross over, especially if they were Catholic, because back in the day that was a mortal sin. You died, you went right to hell. You couldn't even be buried in a Catholic cemetery. But times have changed, and that is not the case anymore. Now you can go into the white light. And if you have not had a dream of your son yet, then there is a possibility that he is earthbound. And the information I'm going to give you is the same thing that I told Francis before you. Have the house blessed by an ordained priest or minister. Get a smudge stick and start smudging. If you think there's something in the house other than your son, get on Zoom with me. Let me see if I can see him. I can't talk to him. I can't get rid of him, but at least I would be able to tell you for sure if that's who it is or not. You know, ghosts are the same. They have the same personality that they had when they were alive, they have when they're dead. If somebody was a trickster or thought they were funny or were mean or just snarky all the way around, that's the same way they're going to be when they're a ghost. So you just don't know if it's always who you think it is. This one is from Jenny in Philadelphia. I am afraid that my 20-year-old daughter may have her biological father's negative spirit attached to her and is ruining her life. I think it's possible that his negative energy may be causing her to have episodes of explosive anger and alienate herself from those who love her, very similar to the behavior that he exhibited when he was alive. She has experienced many of the signs that you outline in your book. Do you think this is possible? You know, Jenny, if it is your ex-husband and if this was his personality, he can't touch your daughter and make her do this stuff, but he was standing really close to her in inner space. She could pick up on his anger or his uncaring, his attitude. Yes, she could. But again, why would he do this to his own daughter? You know, you're the ex-wife. I could see him doing it to you rather than his own daughter. But again, families are unique. Everybody has their own little, let's face it, there's no such thing as normal. So again, smudge, have the house blessed, try to get on Zoom. Let's see if it's him or not. And if anybody has actually had a dream of your ex-husband, then automatically it is not him, because earthbound spirits cannot get into dreams. This one is from Tanya in Oregon. Hi, when you visit someone at the cemetery years later, do they know you are there? Do they see you? Every time you visit their gravesite, are they present? Do they ever follow you home? Can there be other spirits watching you? My grandma is at a cemetery, and I wonder if she sees us and my children. Good question, Tanya. Earthbound spirits do not hang around in cemeteries, number one. Everybody in the cemetery is dead. Who are they going to get any energy from? They need live humans to get energy. Now, I'm not saying that an earthbound spirit doesn't zip by their headstone to see if somebody's taking care of it or not. But do they hang out there? No. Can an earthbound spirit follow somebody home? They can follow you home from everywhere, not just a cemetery. And if your grandmother has crossed over, if you've had dreams of her, she is not missing a thing in your life. She's seeing your kids, all her grandchildren, soccer games, first communions, anything that's going on with the family. Once they've crossed over, they absolutely come back and forth and visit. Would she particularly be there on a day you're visiting her grave? In all honesty, probably not. And she wouldn't have to follow you home from a cemetery. I'm sure she would know where all of her loved ones live. And the last one for today is from a gal named Linda in Philadelphia, who sends really good questions. I enjoy getting her letters every day, and she always includes a couple jokes on the back end, which are cute. Okay, we're going to answer some of her questions. She's got quite a few of them. The first one: will drinking a glass of wine or beer, taking a muscle relaxant, or taking some kind of a sleeping agent, will that have any effect on one's dreams when using a mugwort dream bag at night? Would doing something like that create a false connection with the dreams you want to receive and remember? No, they would not affect your dream at all, or the mugwort in the dream bag. You would just be probably getting into REM faster than you normally would. So no, that doesn't have any effect at all. Do you ever take a camera with you when you go to clear houses or businesses? You have shown us in your books and on your videos some of the pictures you have taken of spirits when you were doing clearings. And I wonder if you had more to share with us. I used to take a camera with me when it was 35 millimeter, black and white film, fast speed. And so I get invited to somebody's house or business to clear it. And it dawned on me, I'm a total stranger that somebody has invited into their house or their business, and I've got this camera around my neck, and I'm going, oh, gee, can I take pictures? And I started thinking about it. It's pretty silly. I mean, they don't know me from a hole in the wall, and I want to take pictures. So I thought that didn't sound like it was a nice thing to be doing. So now when I go to somebody's house, I tell them, if you want to try to take a picture of the spirits when I come, have a film camera there. If you don't have a film camera, digital, nope, film, then get one of those disposable cameras from the drugstore. They still do make them. I don't know for how much longer, but they still do. But you definitely want to have a film camera. Have you ever been to a house, an event, a building, property, and felt an instant hesitation or fear to enter? No, I've never been afraid to go into anywhere. I think that would give earthbound spirits more energy if they thought I was afraid of them or put out a fear vibe. So no, I have not ever. I have been more hesitant to go into some neighborhoods where there are live people, but dead people have really never bothered me. And the follow up to that was there ever a time when you positively refused to go into a home or business? No, that's never presented itself. She wanted me to share the recipe for the weak folk, and that is in last month's newsletter or this month's newsletter. So you should have that. You mentioned Bob, the one gray cat helping you during your videos. But what happened to Bill, his brother? Oh, Bob and Bill are both here. Bob's the slug, and he's always sleeping. Bill is more active and always getting into stuff. So, nope, they're both here, and they're cats, so what can I say? And the last one of hers would be, has an earthbound spirit ever thanked you for helping them cross over? Did they have any last words for you? Most of them say thank you to the person that has had me come out. I mean, they weren't living with me, they were living with the homeowners or the business owners. A couple of them that weren't so nice didn't say anything and just sort of grumped and went into the light. I've had a couple that gave me the one finger salute. They definitely have an attitude. So thanks for all your letters and your questions, Linda. You, like I said, you come up with some, and there are more to answer the next time. But again, for the next few weeks, we'll be doing cases. And as far as the pictures go, some people that have sent me letters that want me to talk about their case on one of these Wednesdays have sent pictures along. So when I get to some of those letters, I will be showing pictures also. So try to stay warm and have a great week, and we'll do it again next week. Thank you.